G'day, welcome. You are watching the League podcast with your host, Tiger Tiger, aka Nine and Nation, aka the commissioner for this year's league. And here we have today our guest, all the way from Christchurch, New Zealand, also known as the Lambeau Leapers, Semurana Bradbrook. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Hey, good, man. Really happy to be on your podcast. Excited for the new areas for our league to be heading into too. So, I'm really excited about being on this platform too. So, good on you, man.
No worries. Hey, thanks for being here. Look, I'm just going to run through a couple of questions, and you can answer them however you like. This is a space between you and I. Obviously, the league will be watching this afterwards, so we're going to have a lot of fun. Nothing too serious, take it easy. So let's begin these questions. So
let's do this.
The first question: how long have you been involved in the league?
So, it's been involved since 2011, 2012.
Wow.
Set up the league with about 6 or 8 other guys, and I was the original commissioner for the league.
Yes, you were.
So, seeing how far the league has come and how great it's evolved. Every year's been better than the previous one. So, it's been awesome to be part of this league. The banter, the fun with the boys, all the talk about NFL, even family as well. It's been really cool to be part of. A whole heap of different commissioners, and everyone's brought their own flavor, and it's great to see that with you at the helm now, and being on this platform on a podcast, it's new territory for the boys, and we're all excited to see where our league is going to head in 2022.
Awesome. Yes, I remember you starting the actual fantasy football, asking a few of the boys if they have ever tried it, and the boys were like, "No, what's that all about?" And now look, 10 years later, we are here. So well done.
Yeah.
Next question.
It's just cool.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's cool. All right. Next question. What has been your best result since being in the competition?
My best result has also been my worst result too. So last year I managed to get all the way to the big dance. Went up against Winston's Winston Vowley. Cut a long story short, I didn't win it, and I've been scratching my head ever since. But yeah, so a whole heap of players, a whole heap of shoulda, coulda, wouldas, but lost by I think 2 points, and
wow.
It is what it is. It is.
Just to get to the finish line and not cross it, it hurts. Don't worry, man. Yeah, I've been there twice. So I know what you're talking about. Let's head on to the next question. What's your plan of attack in the up-and-coming draft? So you got any strategies and how you're going to draft your players, or?
No strategy. Just like last year, was the first time where I didn't invest a lot of time in research and doing mock drafts and whatnot. Definitely went in blind, relaxed, just listening to the different banter prior to the draft starting, and just picking up some comments around what people were thinking, doing a quick run through on
nice.
Players through this year's draft as well, and then also reflecting on who did well over the last 2-3 seasons too. So I'm not going to think too much about it. Maybe I should, and it might help me get a win, but building up to last year's draft was definitely one that I enjoyed more than all the previous ones. It wasn't too stressful. It was like current situation for me.
Nice, good one. So it's like you're like letting all the others do the work, and you just picking off the ideas, pretty much. So you're working smarter, not harder. Nice.
Well, Ian likes to yap, so hopefully, he'll either be online or, he's somewhere to be seen wherever we do this live. But yeah, he's got some pretty good ideas, and some of the talk that he has, I might be distracted in other areas, but I've got an ear out,
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes.
Good one. And the next question, we may have touched on it, but I just wanted to ask you: was there a moment or a memory that has stood out for you since playing football fantasy?
It's when I saw this question, thanks for sending it through. I thought about the different players and games and matchups and whatnot, but the most memorable one for me would have to be draft day at SS Place a few years ago. With the times that drafts are set up to be had, it has to be completed on that time. Mm-hmm. But anyway, we had a draft scheduled for 12 o'clock, I think it was, or something along those lines, but we missed it. And Ian Manor was the commissioner at the time, and
yep.
I was able to come to a live draft as well, and unfortunately Ian was pretty much thrown to the wolves. Everyone was just heckling him and giving him a whole heap of shit, which he probably deserved. And there's no love lost between Ian and I as well. So seeing him in that situation, would have been great pickings for me to add to that too. But seeing a brother, pretty down in the dumps, the sense of him letting the team down, the boys down.
So was it you that came to save the day?
Hey, mate. Ian, mate, if you're watching this, I'm your knight in shining armor, mate. But, it was good to be able to help Ian out in his time of need. And, the rest is history now. I think Fudge was the winner of that league, but, I'll never forget that. And hopefully Ian will never forget that too. So, yeah, that's a memorable moment for me.
Just from memory, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's not the first time you've saved the league and draft day, so well done. Awesome work. Let's move on to our next one. Obviously you support the Green Bay Packers, but why the Green Bay Packers?
It goes back to when I first shifted down to Christchurch, the year 2005, sorry. Anna, first cousins of Essie, and I'd go over to their place, and he'd be playing Madden with his brother, and I hated the game because it went on forever. But when I shifted down, Anna's brother had a copy of the game, being close with Essie and Martin as well. It was a game that he wanted to jam, and he, I thought I'd give it a go, muck around with him, but he'd smash me in it. But then there was one time he went to school and I was at home, didn't go to work, and I thought I'd give Madden a go, and I was just flicking through the teams. Came across the Green Bay Packers, Brett Favre and Armand Green. Managed to, get a little bit of a flow with understanding the game a bit, I guess, in terms of running the ball and being able to throw it. Had no idea about defense. Yeah. He came home from school and I beat him. And beat him again. And then it was fair to say we never played that again. So, pretty much like the color of the Green Bay Packers uniform.
Yeah,
and being able to get that win over his brothers is one of the reasons why I love the Green Bay Packers. So, yeah.
Oh, nice! That's a nice story. I remember that year I came down to Christchurch with Pekka, and I think you were playing maybe Madden, or we had a game, or unless you were playing against PL, I can't remember. Anyway, he showed me how to play, and I thought, "What is this shit?" But anyway,
that's exactly what I thought. But when Essie was playing it with his brother, here we are.
Yes, here we are. All right, on to the next question. Name a player or an ex-player that you have admired or admire in the National Football League.
Yeah, my favorite player would have to be Charles Woodson. A pretty tiny guy, but what he managed to accomplish on the field, his accolades around, winning Super Bowl, defensive MVP, only some of the reasons why. I thought he's a guy who, definitely punched above his weight, taking down big guys, being selfless with his body, flying across and putting on shots against guys, twice his size. Yeah. So play definitely showed a lot of heart. But the year the Packers won the Super Bowl, that was a tremendous year for him too. I think it was the year he won the MVP. But the way that he was in the locker room and, how he rallied the boys together and his his final speech was one that I'll always remember too.
Yeah.
Just seeing the passion in his eyes, and supporting his teams to his team to push. We've got one more game. If the Obama was the president of the States at the time, and he's a Bears fan,
Okay.
and he was saying, if the president won't come and see the Green Bay Packers, the Green Bay Packers will go and see the president. Implying
Nice.
that every time a team wins the Super Bowl, they get to have a trip to the White House. So
Yeah, that's it.
yeah, so it
Good
was a
one.
speech that definitely shudders down my spine. Yeah, it was pretty tingly.
Nice. Was that
But
the
yeah,
same
step
year
up
you
to
went to
God.
Rome? Because I remember a picture of you at the Colosseum, and you were wearing your Woodson top, right?
Yeah, my my Chinese knockoff jersey, as PL likes to point out, and Winnie likes to point out.
Good one.
Yeah, so that was later on in 2012. So being able to sport that jersey at a venue like that was pretty cool.
Oh, awesome. Great answer. All right, on to the next question. This is a fun one. Who would you not trade with this year, and why?
Look,
Which
I don't want to
team
burn my
manager?
bridges with anyone. I don't want to burn my bridges with anyone. I think at the end of the day, we're all going to need each other, regardless if we like the person or not. So, I'm willing to trade with anyone. I won't trade with anyone if they are kicking everybody's asses and it's clear they're going to make the finals. But
Let's just
who
name
knows?
one team manager, just one person.
Let's flip it. There's one person that I'm looking forward to trading with. Okay, and
Who
that's
is that?
Fudgy. Every year, Fudgy and I we always deliberate for there's a couple of times where it's like an hour.
Mm-hmm.
The first time we managed to pull off a trade, it took us an hour to make a trade.
Yep.
And the banter in between and the way that we give our rationale as to
Mm-hmm.
why the player that I'm offering him and the player he's offering me.
Yep.
Trying to be smart. But yeah, a couple of years, Fudgy and I have had some pretty good conversations as to why we should draft and trade. Sorry. But the last couple of years we've wasted a lot of time.
Back and
hopefully
forth.
this year we'll be able to get a trade done, Fudgy.
Good one. Okay. All right. A few quick fire questions before we finish up. Your favorite food?
I'm liking pho, Vietnamese beef and noodle soup.
Nice.
That's my go-to at the moment. I love it.
For winter? During winter, or just?
Yeah, it's something that I've liked over the last few years. If I could have it every day of the week, toss on Sundays, I definitely would.
Nice.
But the place that I like to get it from, yes, it's not cheap.
Quality food never is.
Yeah.
Favorite music artist?
Mate, it's fun. As we grew up, we, loved rap, loved R&B, but maybe I've matured a bit. A name that just keeps coming to my mind nowadays, works for any situation, any mood, is Elton John.
Elton John.
Elton John,
Nice.
mate. Yeah.
I like his movie too. Name the one person you could be with for a day. Anyone.
Yeah. My mum passing away and being a new dad, baby's 4 weeks old, reflecting on life and wishing, I could have my mum with me, that's, someone that I'd love to spend a day with. But yeah, I miss her heaps, and special time at the moment for me and Anna and baby, and for our whole family too. But yeah, she'd definitely be someone. But if it was someone that was living, be myself, mate. Anna's gone out with the kid, with baby, and I'm enjoying my me time at the moment. So if I could have more times where I'm by myself, that'd be fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Hey, that's a great answer. Okay. Hey, thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for having me, man. I've had fun.
Yeah,
Looking
it was
forward
great
to
great to
more-
see
more
you again.
episodes, bro.
I love that green on you. There's something about the green on you. Just I don't
Is
know.
that the colour of my eyes?
Perhaps. Hey, appreciate your time,
hey,
Runner, aka
thanks for having me,
Lambeau
T.
Leapers. aka Charles Woodson. You have just watched another episode of The League with your host, the Commissioner, and our guest today, Semurana Bradbrook, aka Lambeau Leapers. Thanks for your time.